Hi everyone, I'm Tankian the Man, and let's episode number 2 of Modding Wars begin. Welcome once again to the Modding Wars series. Here you can expect to see the best mods and get to know them a little better. Anyways, I want to thank to everyone for the awesome feedback on the first video. I'm really motivated to continue with this content and hopefully bring more people into the modding scene with this. For now, I want to focus on bringing the best mods into this first 10 episodes. But of course, if everything goes as planned, you can expect different categories in the future. With this said, let's move on to the first mod of today's episode. So, to start this episode of Modding Wars, I chose the AUX-R from neSSa, an awesome mod all made from scratch. The first thing I have to point out in this mod is the awesome cooling solution. Basically have an Arduino that measures the temperature and humidity in real time, with this the case open and close, automatically providing outside air to enter and cool down the components if needed, making this a true smart case. Another thing that I like in this mod is the shape of it. I mean, the hexagonal shape is awesome and the way he places the components make it really enjoyable to watch. By the way, if you get tired of the front, you have a lot of stuff to watch in the back. Even that is amazing. Well done, man. All the water cooling loop is perfectly routed, contributing a lot for the final product. About the specs, is running a Threadripper 1950X in a Gigabyte X399 Gaming 7 with 64 gigs of XPG ADATA RGB RAM. For the GPU is running 2 Vega 64 from Gigabyte, and for storage is running an M.2 SSD from ADATA. All the water cooling gear is from AK Water Blocks. So, what can I say? The final product looks amazing and definitely everything was thought for this build. I mean, the smart cooling solution is probably something we will see in the future of cases. So neSSa, keep up with your amazing work and I can't wait to see you in another episode of Modding Wars. And let's move on for the second mod of today's episode of Modding Wars. We have the DeepBlue from InsolentGnome. So let's take a look at this awesome mod. So you can expect to see some similarities to another case. The design came from the Win-Win H-Frame 2.0 because you couldn't afford it at that time. And to be honest, glad you didn't have the money because I feel like this looks even better than the original one, so yeah, great job, man. For the materials, he used aluminum to shape the chassis in a really simple way. Basically cut 6 panels in a CNC and weld them with some spaces between each one, giving a similar look to the Win-Win case. I prefer ER version, as I said, because you can see almost everything from each side and that is a pretty cool feature. The color scheme is perfect and having that massive reservoir in the middle gives it the final touch this mod needs. For the specs, is running a Core i7-6800K in a Gigabyte X99 Ultra Gaming with 16 gigs of HyperX Predator RAM. The GPU is a GTX 1080 Ti and for storage is running 3 SSDs from Toshiba OCZ. All the water cooling gear is from SwiftTech, Hardware Labs, AK Water Blocks and MN Tech. So, what can I say? For me the case looks even better than the original one, as I said, but probably the compatibility is compromised. But that's something pretty normal when it comes to scratch build. I mean, he made everything by himself, so no things to point there. Anyways, I love the build and everything was planned and built amazingly well, making the final product one of a kind. InsolentGnome, great job in this mod and keep up with your amazing work. And moving on to the third mod of today's episode of Modding Wars, we have the Lockdown mod from Zulboy45. It's based on a character from Transformers. Let's see how cool this robot looks. At the first sight, this mod definitely feels like it came from the movie. The design is impressive and all the details are amazingly well done. I mean, look at this paint job. It gives you the feeling that this mod went through really badass fight against other robots. And I feel like that at any moment it can become one, and that's pretty impressive. For me, one of the best things is the way he placed all the components. Kinda reminds me a mod that I did in the past, but I mean, even better looking. For materials, he used acrylic to make the outside covers. bending them with a heat gun to the desired shape, providing this awesome and aggressive look that we see. The springs he placed in the bottom is another awesome detail that contributes a lot for the final product. For the specs, is running a Ryzen 5 2400G in a Gigabyte AX370 Gaming 5 with 16 gigs of Gale Super Loose RGB RAM. The GPU is a Gigabyte 1050 Ti and for storage is running an SSHD from Seagate. All the water cooling gear is from Watercool, and last but not the least, the case used in this mod is the Cooler Master H500P. Well, as a Transformers fan, I have to say that I really like this mod. It definitely transports you to the movie, and that is an amazing feeling. Even though the compatibility is definitely compromised for the components you can use, the overall design is freaking badass. So Zulboy, great mod, and I hope to see more stuff from you here in the modding wars. So in moving on to the fourth and final mod of today's episode, we have the Cosmopolitan mod from Jo Puwalski. So yeah, let's take a look at this beauty. So this type of mods is the reason why I love PC modding. I mean, maybe not everyone likes this style, but the fact that it's so different from what we are used to see makes it even more awesome in my opinion. Once again, both sides are used, and if you get bored with the city view, you can always move your case and look to the components area. The attention to details is outstanding, and I like how some cooling components interact with it, giving it so much life. Meanwhile, at the front we have an infinity mirror with the mod name and some buildings, giving the final touch this mod needs. The several details are a mixture of scale model kits, 3D prints, new steel, acrylic, and of course a lot of work from Jo. About the specs, you're running a Ryzen 7 7000X in MSI X370 X-Power Gaming Titanium with 32 gigs of Pager Viper RAM. The GPU is a 1080 Ti from ASUS, and for storage is running an NVMe and SSD from Patriot and HDD from Western Digital. All the water cooling gear is from AlphaCool, and last but not the least, the case used in this mod is the Cooler Master Cosmo 2. As I said, this is why I love PC modding, because everywhere we look there's always something unique in each mod, and the Cosmopolitan is definitely no exception. So Jo Puwalski, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, but anyways, hope you continue with your unique style of modding, and I hope to see you in a future project soon. So, and that's it for today's episode of Modding Wars. We had 4 amazing projects from neSSa, InsolentGnome, Zulboy and Jo Puwalski. Once again, thank you so much, and I wish you all the best. By the way, all the info about them will be on the description, so make sure to check that out. If you want to be featured on the next video of Modding Wars, you can always submit your mod following the instruction down below. So as you saw, today's episode was a little small compared to the first one. It was only 4 mods, and this is something I want to keep. I mean, it's more easy for me to edit the videos in Premiere, and at the same time I can provide you more videos through the month. Anyways, let me know in the comments what mod you like the most, hit the like button if you liked the video, and maybe consider to subscribe and help me reaching the 1K subscriber mark here in YouTube. Make sure to follow me on Facebook, make sure to follow me on Instagram, and as always, I'm tankian, and I see you in the next one.